Let's call it. Everybody go home.
Yeah. All right, write that one down because this one is one that you're going to have to. You need to write it down on an index card. You need to write it down somewhere in your notes, prominent. There's two of these. This is how much you will get if you put a payment in every month for the next 100 years or 30 years or whatever. Think of it as an IRA. They're going to give you one in a minute, or we're going to look at another one that tells us how much payment we need to make in order to have $500,000 in the bank at age 65. So there's two formulas in this section. At least y'all know now that the old saying, there's always one, at least you know now that it's true.
Are we multiplying again every one?
No, you just add it. No, I'm just kidding. Multiply it.
And then you're multiplying everything in the parentheses?
Yes.
By that number, whatever it is?
Yes, PMT, that's your payment. There's that one. And I'm going to go to the other one. So we'll show you both of them. And the other one, they don't show you like they put in a green box and everything. They kind of like derive it and then they just say, here it is, and then they don't. Let's see, where is it? There it is. Right here. So I'm going to cut this out for you. And this is the payment. If you want to know what kind of payment to make to get $500 million in your bank account when you're 65 years old. So write that one down. It's right here. Well, you solve it for PMT. The reason I do these together and I don't even do a problem is you need to realize that in this section there's two questions they're going to ask. They're going to ask you after 55 years of paying $250 a month to an IRA, blah, 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 how much do you have? And that's the first one. And then the second one is you want to have $1 million in the bank account when you turn 65. What kind of payment do you need with an insurance, with a rate at this, at this, at this? That's the two questions that you're going to get asked in this section. So these are the two formulas. Now, the formulas are not tedious if you know how to use your calculator. If you don't know how to use your calculator, then we're going to show you, because you need to use the stove key, which is a store. Because you can do these in one step, but I wouldn't suggest it. Yeah. Well, I'm going to pull both of them up. Hold on. Let me just do it here. Well, where is my... Hold on a minute. No. And I'm going to bring it in. There's that one.
So that was how the savings went.
That's to find the outcome,
What's the other thing?
the payment. To find the payment. That's what PMT stands for, so remember that, and then you'll remember, okay, this is the payment I need to make. So, with that, let me go get out of this for a second. thought I was just in there. Was I not? Well, was I not in this? All right, there's your example right there. And we're going to go in snippet.
I thought I turned the heat on this thing.
I turned it off. My students need to learn how to be hard.
We're not in the military.
Gotta be hard, salty. Gotta be tough.
No, you're not supposed to do that. Some of us are able to let it.
I don't care.
Well then,
I run people out of
I gotta
classes.
have different blood because I'm crazy.
I know too.
Mr. Kyle, put that thing in the middle back there. The thermostat, put it in the middle.
Oh, you get to change it for
I
individual.
think it might work, yeah. Thank you, sir. Well,
But it's probably gonna stay cold, so we'll wait and you will be going up.
No. because when y'all leave, I'll turn it back down to 0.
So we'll know which formula to use because it'll give us certain things like the APR or
I'll go ahead and text my boss. That's bothering me. I'm not being rude. I'm writing a text message. That's really bothering me.
Yeah. So would it be so we're using the first formula?
All right, so you got to pull out your handy dandy calculator. And like I say, these problems are 100% how to use your calculator. So if you suck at using your calculator, you're going to suck at these problems. So pull out your handy dandy calculator and get lost in all these different windows. And you got to learn how to use the stove button, at least until you can do it in one step, which I would not suggest it. So the first one is use the saving plan formula to calculate after 6 months. 6 months, change that. Highlight that to 0.5 because T is always in what? I told y'all this the other day. T is always in what? Years. So you cannot use 6 months. So, you got A is equal to payment, which is what? $100. Okay, something's going crazy. Did y'all just see that?
So that is like,
It's for, what's the back? She probably says on fire. Hmm?
We'll protest for it.
Okay.
We'll protest.
100 times brackets 1 plus 0.12 over point, let's see, monthly payments is 12, raised to the NT power, which is 12 times 0.6, or 0.5, I'm sorry. Minus 1 over 0.12 over 12. Now, the reason that N is 12 is you make what kind of payments? Okay, even though you're keeping it in for 6 months, you still have to do monthly payments for 12 because that's the way you do it. Okay? Now, you can do this in 3 different ways. What I usually tell students to do is do all of this in one and save it. Okay, so what you would do is go to your handy-dandy calculator and you would do 0.12 divided by 12 equals 0.01 plus 1 equals, raise that to the what? 6. Half is 12 is 6. And then minus 1. And where do you get the bread? At the stove. Stove, alpha, and I'm going to call that numerator, N. So that'd be log. Enter. Okay, so that's the numerator. And then I'm going to take my denominator, I'm going to clear that, and I'm going to take 0.12 divided by what? 12 equals, and I'm going to stow alpha denominator, D. Now you don't have to do this, I'm just showing you how to use it. So now, alpha N divided by alpha D is equal to that, and multiply that by 100. So at the end of 6 months, how much does she have? $615. Now do it by today's standards, 0.02. Let's see how much you get. I like driving that point home as much as I can. Yeah, savings account on interest, savings. Can somebody say it for me? Interest on savings account right now is 0.02%. I'm sorry, what? Well, yeah, I didn't say that, but you did. Lord, I don't need another one leaving today. That's what she said. Yeah.
She takes you back?
Yeah, she said thanks.
She didn't elaborate?
No, she's probably in class. Yeah, I get complaints all the time of, current events, applying it to math, I don't get complaints for my retention rates though, but I guess that means I'm a terrible teacher. Now, let's put the 0.02 in there and let's really get depressed. So here we go. 0.02 divided by, is it 0.02? No. 0.0002. Yeah. 0.0002 divided by 12 equals, add that to 1, equals, and minus 1. Oops, I didn't raise it. Sorry. 0.0002 divided by 12 equals, plus 1 equals, raised to the 6th power minus 1, and that's stow alpha numerator. And then we've got the denominator already stowed. So let's see. No, we got to redo that one. So 0.0002 divided by 12 is equal to that. Stow alpha D. So now alpha N divided by alpha D equals multiplied by 100. So that in today's bank, you would make what? In this IRA, you'd make 600. Did I do that? Yeah, because you put $600 in. Hell, that's fixing to say. So after 6 months, you'd make 3 cents. Go to any bank, anywhere, and ask them how much their savings account is. And they'll tell you, oh, that's around 0.02%. Or you might on IRA get 0.03. And then ask them, say, why is this rate so low? And sit down, because they'll tell you. I didn't make this up. I know this because I wanted to put some money in the bank. And instead I bought cows with it. Why? Because they're giving you nothing for it at the bank. I might as well just do something with it and sell the cows. That's why people are buying land. Because they can't tie their money up in the bank because they're not making any money off it. All right, now, let's say that you want to have $100,000 in the bank by the time you get, Mr. Howell, how old are you? You can take it. All right, by the time he gets to 60. So, and we're going to use these same, you said 6 months, we're going to make it 30 years. Well, you said you were 30, right?
Yeah.
So take that out and do 30. Let me just erase everything.
Yeah, because the way interest rates are, he's going to have to put that amount in there.
Well, let's do. I just checked my actuals. I have 0.05 is our rate.
So what do you have, IRA?
Yeah, let's do that. Let's see what that.
All right, so he wants $100,000. Oh, yeah. He wants $100,000 at the end of 30 years, and the rate is, what did you say? 0.05%? 0.0005. And of course, N is equal to, what did I say, 12 monthly payments? All right, break that in. Now, of course, 30 years is equal to, or Y. They use a big Y because you don't know the difference between, time. And this is A, and this is R, or APR, and this is E. So, see what you get. So, are you making a payment now?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll ask you what your payment is after we figure it out.
It's nothing.
Well, Mr. Howell, you know, there's always the box in the ditch.
Yeah, that's what it's like.
Yeah, you can always do your board later online.
Yeah, you can. Student left today in Math 103 calls me and a student for discussing political polls and bias. Math 103. Thanks. I suck. Don't we all?
Don't worry about it.
You got to realize how many people have done that to me in 20 years,
How many?
and hardly any, except for those 3 that I asked to leave.
Oh, I feel like I'm
Nice to meet you. I'm Hubert. So let's plug and chug.
done.
So let's do the top first. So that's APR is 0.005 divided by N. And people wonder why I fool with cows. Same reason he buys into this.
Because cows on top back then.
Well, the cow, no. No. What I mean is, instead of me having stocks and bonds, I got 4-legged stocks and bonds. So in the future, that's what my mama's living off of. She's living off cows.
How many times do you have?
Well, no, that's an unfair question because before my dad died, we had around 350.
Oh my lord. That's a lot of mouths.
And then when my dad died, we had to pay a lot of bills off, so we sold off about 275. So we had to pay a lot of bills.
You want
So,
beef cows?
yeah, we do now.
So are they beef cows or dairy cows?
Beef. We had dairy cows till I was like 18.
I mean, what's the difference? Is beef still better than dairy cows?
Same thing, difference between a lamb and a
We
goat.
don't know beef cows.
Yeah.
Oh.
Beef cows are just beef. Just like goats are like milking animals, where sheep are like for the meat and the wool. She's not listening to a word I'm saying.
I'm sorry.
What I say? Kyle, leave.
No.
A goat.
Call me a fat heifer.
A goat. What?
You called me a cow.
Oh, I think I said black man.
No, he called me a cow.
How did I call you a
I
cow?
call you a cow.
Oh, yeah, her sickness, that's what her.
I don't think he called me a heifer. I was like, I know I'm gaining weight, but I didn't think I was that big.
Get off the walk out.
Way to
I
knock,
missed something.
way to knock a person when they're there.
I got the video to prove I didn't call you a cow. All right, a goat is to a lamb as a milk cow is to a beef cow. Milk cows are pretty cheap, but you have to buy registered. Be quiet, Mr. Howell. You already got me in trouble today one time. What? Yeah, beef cow. Now, beef cow, if he sold it about 6 or 8 months ago, he probably got a pretty penny for it. When the gas prices were so high or whatever. When gas prices are high, diesel's high, fertilizer's high, that means beef is going to go up. That means produce is going to go up. So if he just sold it, when did you graduate? In May. You probably got, and how big was the cow, do you remember? Name it. Who's your dad? Who was your dad or your granddad? Who's your granddad? What's his last name? Sims. I was just curious. I didn't know. Anyway, usually right now they're running about $1.50, $1.75 pound. Yeah, he probably sold it for about 300, 400 pounds, somewhere around there. Because that's a good weaning selling weight. They like them to be shipped. They ship at those 300 to 400 weight because they can get more cows on the trailer. And that's why they like it.
Well,
Anything below 300, we're talking. Anything below 300,
hey, you
is too small to ship. They get hurt, broke legs, things like that. Anything above 300 or 400 is too big. So they like it around 300 or 400, and that's what most farmers, most beef cattle farmers, they sell them around 300 or 400. What'd you say?
Well, I have Uncle Willie.
Uncle Willie.
Yeah. And he said,
What's his last name?
Oh, I don't know. I've always called him Uncle
You
Willie.
just don't know your uncle's last name. Okay.
No, his last name's Randy. But they live in Pendleton, like right across the Pendleton High School. You probably see him. He's an old black guy with dreads, hair is blue gray. He's always like
On a bicycle.
on the
He's always.
bicycle, yeah.
That guy, I have seen him since I was a kid. I have seen him like 500,000
That's
times.
not Uncle
And he
Willie.
has cows?
Yeah, he's either on his bike or riding around his old rusted truck.
Never done
But
that.
he has these cows, and they are like, oh, they're the ugliest little cows, and they're so small and they're sick. But
And he
loves
buys them,
He
and
loves
he
those
feeds
cows.
them, and he gets them, and he makes money off them.
Yeah, but he loves those cows. Like, there's one in particular that he will not sell, and that cow will come to him like a dog.
Yeah.
Like, he'll follow him. He loves
People
it.
do that because you can buy real low. It's kind of like buying stocks, real low, but you don't know if they're going to what. If they're going to go up or down. You don't know if they're going to go out of business. Cow can die real quick like that. So it's kind of a gamble. My dad and I used to do that before we got more than we don't even buy cows anymore. The whole point is if you buy one that's too far gone, you've thrown away $100. But if you caught it before it's far gone, you've taken $100 and you can sell it for $500 or $600.
Yeah, like, these cows are really sick.
Yeah, and people do that, and it's a good thing because at least if the cow dies, it's going to get a decent burial, versus thrown in a pit. That's
Yeah, that's not Uncle Willie.
So let's see how screwed Mr. Howell is.
This makes me very sad.
All right. So this is
Because I don't have.
0.0005 divided by 12, and that's that. So that's alpha. Did I save it? I need to save it. Stow alpha numerator. And then we do the big thing down here. So let's take 0.0005, divide that by 12, plus 1, raise that, okay, 30 times 12 is 360, right?
Yes.
Raise that to the 360th power, and minus 1. And that's alpha denominator. Stow alpha denominator. So now we're going to take alpha numerator and divide, oops, not subtract, divide by alpha denominator and multiply that by 100,000. And when Mr. Howell gets to be 60 years old, oh, he's got to put in $275. Now, if he puts in $275 to, let's say $280 right now, then he's going to have $100,000 to break up, to blow when he gets to be 60 years old. What are you paying in right now?
Nowhere near $275.
So what are you paying?
I'm paying like $50.
Okay, now let's go back and go right here.
All right,
$50.
see what y'all want at.
And that's the payment, and then do everything else. Same over here, just take out the 100,000,
Okay.
because that's what you're finding. 50 is equal to the payment. Is that what you're paying for real, $50? Because I put in 200. But that's just in a 501k that I want to keep because I need to have something. And I don't even, I try to ignore it. I try to not even think about it.
Yeah, that's good.
So,
What's the difference between 501k and 401k?
Yeah.
did I say 501? I'm sorry,
Yeah.
401k.
Oh, I'm about to say, whoa.
401k.
I don't know how many.
I think I did it when I first started at Tri-County. It was $100, and I first did it, and I did it, and of course, divorce, she got half of it. But anyway, the whole point of having it was to add on to my retirement that I get from Tri-County. When I turn 65 or 68,
Yeah, I'm still.
you still what? You still lost.
Yeah.
All right, what time do y'all get out of here today?
35.
Okay. We got time to finish this.
You know, you told me to see us on Monday.
Yeah, Monday, thank God.
What
Fall
happened?
break.
Are you serious?
Y'all really not keep up with stuff.
They don't keep up with anything. That's why Washington DC is the way it is.
Hey there.
Dave, I might just be probably the most
I'm
organized
working,
person you've ever met.
I'm studying and I'm going to sleep. I'm very sorry.
All right, so let's take and depress Mr. Howell some more. Let's go with, let's see, I think we did this, did we not?
Okay.
Yeah, we did this, didn't we? That's our numerator. No, that was our numerator, so we got to do it opposite. We got to take the denominator and divide by the numerator. So I've already got those numbers. Because you don't use this until the end, I'm gonna make sure. Yeah, we didn't use A over here, so I think it's denominator divided by numerator. So denominator divided by the numerator. I got 362. See what y'all get.
Yeah, I got 362.
Times 50. So at the end of 30 years, Mr. Howell will have 18,135,000. Yeah, that pretty much sucks. Mr. Howell can buy a new car with his retirement.
Maybe.
What kind of car?
A new you.
A Yugo.
Okay, TV.
A new Yugo.
Maybe
I
couch.
just seen the new Cadillac is like 50.
You know what? Hey, they could buy my casket.
Yeah, casket and burial's about $5,000 to $6,000. So, what do you think, Mr. Howell?
That's odd. Keep my butt in school, but it sounds like that's better. That's what it sounds like.
That's what you about to get.
Or you know what would be better is the economy come back and you'd be back at 5 to 6%.
Ooh, that would be wonderful.
Yeah.
Let's go, Trump! Look at this. He's got you on media.
I was trying to get a comment out of Mr. Howell, but he never would say it. So
I said,
that's all right. You know what?
I feel your pain, and I'm really glad to do that. My wife is going to help you.
I think so. It's all Bush's fault anyway, so.
No, it's
It's not Bush's fault, it's Abe Lincoln's fault.
Yeah. That was pretty good.
that was good.
I did not have sexual relations with that woman. And it all
Fine
depends,
sexual
it
relations.
all depends on what your definition of is.
Monica, sex me.
Yeah, that's right.
Not when you're a Democrat.
Yeah,
When you're a Democrat, it's different.
So I have a question. Why was it so?
okay. Wait a minute. I got to cut it off. We've done the math. Okay.
Yeah,
Because y'all fixing to ask me a non-math question.
Yeah,